Good evening, everyone. Welcome in. I am Sentient Dessert. It's been a while since I've been on, so without much ado, we're going to get straight into it and make sure that everything is set proper. We're going to continue with skipping the story on this character and getting to the duties. Are what people. There was a raid release this week, and I'll be honest, not really the most not as fun as the dungeon fights. But the fourth fight, it's really good, and it only took one instance of, wiping there to actually understand the mechanics in the fight. So I'm not going in completely blind on these fights, though some of them I've only done once, because you could do it once for the storyline and move on. I've also added a new redeem for anybody that's interested in lovely poetry. So we're gonna get through the storyline. I may only get to one dungeon tonight because storyline actually is very considerable for this expansion. With skipping, it's gonna take a while. I think this chain is gonna take at least an hour to finish. It's okay. Watching the long cuts of these on YouTube. And not the live stream. Welcome to skip around. Sure. Get a little confusing. So for anybody that's wondering, I'm feeling a lot better. I was extremely sick for a while. I'm gonna go through and enjoy parts of the storyline again because I was kind of, you know, when you try to read something or enjoy something when you got a fever, don't necessarily take it all in. That's where I'm at. Like, I will remember all of these little points, but I won't necessarily remember how, everything wove together. That being said, this is a wonderful ending of the chapter, the final chapter for this series. I'm looking forward to 6.1 because that's going to be adding in new main story quests, going to basically be unfolding what after this. So I suppose it is a spoiler to say that Point Zero is officially the final chapter of everything that you've been playing, technically since 1.0, because 1.0 was sort of a prologue to everything that's happened, and they didn't necessarily scrap story ideas, they scrapped the functionality of 1.0. So it was nice to be able to, complete the game without having to kill anything. There was a pacifist option. think it just made it easier to make everything be combat. Oh yes, have to learn how to play Paladin again. So I may not be able to discuss the actual changes to some of the classes. What I may be doing is just going through and discussing what the classes do currently. Paladin and Bard, I could easily go through and discuss the changes that were made, because those are the two classes that I'm most familiar with and have been intimately familiar for a long time. I really love Bard. They finally fixed a lot of the problems that were there for Bard. Forlorn Maiden. Right up on the Maiden. So one thing that I realize I'm gonna have to do as well is turn off the music when I reach certain points, because not gonna... I found that when it comes to the Final Fantasy songs, if they're lyric songs, you can't really get away with them on YouTube. I think because of all the people that are involved and whatnot. So it's not just Square that holds the copyrights on that. Anything else to know? Reached out to the company that keeps on saying, well, you're sampling a song, or you've got a song in here that we have the license to. Check their information, their catalog. It's not listed in the catalog, and I sent them an email. They have not responded to that email. I'm either expecting no response at all from them, or I'm expecting a form letter that's basically saying, yeah, well, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. However, each time I get one of those notices, I'm gonna be reaching out to Square and saying, hey, this company is saying they own the rights to your... And from everything that I can find, Square publishes their soundtracks in-house. So. Do not mind being... If it were a legitimate complaint, I would say, okay, and make the addition, the changes. But you know, when it's coming from a group that has, you know, just doing some searching on various search engines, I found easily a dozen, probably more like a gross of threads talking about, you know, this company is claiming my music, as in music that this person actually wrote themselves and played themselves, they're claiming that as part of their library. Well, so what I've done for that is I've gone into the videos that have that issue, and because YouTube is very nice when you upload videos, and an issue like that, they tell you the location that it's at. YouTube doesn't really give the best tool for resolving disputes, particularly if there is. Anyways, they do have some good things, and one of them is that it shows you where. So I've gone in on the videos that have that issue, and I have muted every point where I'm not talking. So it's like you'll have the music going on and then no music, me talking with a little bit of music in the background. But because the algorithm is set up to look specifically for melody, if I'm talking over the melody, it's harder for it to pick up on it. And if I eliminate every few seconds of it, it does not function. And they can't, it doesn't pick out song. Now when I start doing some of the singing streams, which is going to be coming up this next year, I want to get into the thing of singing. And I know I'm going to be bad. I'm going to have fun, and that's the important thing, is trying to get better. I mean, I'm a far sight better than I was like 5-6 years ago. And it's just something new to try. I'm looking forward to that. And it's basically just gonna be karaoke. A few songs that I know. We're gonna get the one that's outside first before going in there. Outside, higher elevation. What easier? Well, I do appreciate this guy because he is helping me kill mine first, and then as number 4 feet. Right. Can't fly yet. But it's been an interesting few weeks. As I said, feeling much better. And I'm hoping to get everything taken care of in the next few days. Before the end of the year, definitely. But, some of these videos just need to go out because the videos that I've seen, they are just bullet points, and sometimes you need more than bullet points for, getting through a dungeon. The Shared Fate. 42 gemstones. We've got 2 here and 1 in Garlemald. So, one of the things that you would want to do when coming and doing stuff here is do the first tier of fates in the Shared Fate section. The reason for doing this is you see that rank 1, when you hit rank 2, something important happens. What that important thing is it unlocks the writing map. Writing map will basically speed up how quickly you move in the area, and it only takes 6 to unlock. First tier. Costs 70 gemstones, and if you get, you should get enough from doing the 6 fates to unlock that, because it's 14 per, 14 times 6 is going to be 84. I'm gonna kill probably about 3 or 4 of these things. And the fate train that's going around is gonna come by and destroy it. You don't need to be, you just need to get gold on them. If you got, but the fate's progression is really slow, meaning people have been going around doing a fate train. Yeah, you see Return of the Tyrant just finished. They're gonna come here next. This is the one that is actually being worked on, has less time. You're gonna see people flying in momentarily. Like that. Usually you'll have somebody that's a tank coming through and doing stuff. I think I'm just gonna run over here, get some damage going out. And that should be enough to guarantee me a gold on this one. Run over to the other one. Or not. So that's a deep. As that command longer goes down, I should mount. So as I said, the reason that you do this is to get the writing map. The riding map just makes life a little bit easier, even if you can't fly. Especially because you can't fly. Should give us 3 remaining for that, I believe. 3 more. He's dead. Let's see, can we kill him? We can. Our heals are mostly useless. Okay, note to self, tank them away from... Oh, this is a low-ranking one. As in, people have not really done this one yet. I shouldn't say low-ranking, it hasn't been completed enough to have the detriment put on it. If there are a lot of people participating in the fates, then and they go down quickly, then it increases the difficulty of the fate the next time it spawns. What that does is it allows for people that are kind of slow to be able to get there and kill, get participation points. And, you know, on Sav, I was doing some fate farming. I've completed 2 of the areas. Means 66 total fates per area. And, yeah, there are some times that if there is a very active fate group going on, you are not going to get, unless you're in a group, you're not going to get anything, because they will get there and they will kill it. Particularly turn-ins. There was one turn-in fate, and one particular turn-in fate that 30 seconds after it had started, one party had like wiped all the group, all the enemies that had spawned, and that had gotten everybody enough credit to get the drop from them. They all went and turned in, so the turn-in fate completed in less than 2 minutes. That's not right. You don't do that to other players. Just very impolite. One thing that I really liked about the storyline is, even though this chapter is ending, has ended, they laid out, here are some things that might happen in the future, which was kind of cool. Like, here are some stories, that some Foreshadowing. That's the word I'm looking for. Something else. So I'm a big trivia buff. I enjoy trivia. Like, I mean, I liked watching Jeopardy as a kid. Jeopardy, I would say, is about 99% accurate when it comes to their questions. Because no trivia quiz is going to be 100% accurate. And there are some things that, watching an old episode, like, that, okay, that's not actual fact. That's wrong. Go look it up, and yes, it is wrong. But between the time that episode actually aired and when I learned about it, something had changed. So it's like, it wasn't wrong at the time of the recording. Weird, almost. We can't get you. Oh, Pilgrims versus the Lala. I only need 2 more fates before I can get the map. More gold fates, I should. But, yeah, facts can change over time based upon new information. That's kind of like the entire basis of science as a whole, is what we understand at the time we accept as scientific fact. Because there's a possibility that, 20 years from now, hopefully not that late, but we discover we actually discover gravity, in the sense of we know what we can do to create artificial gravity reliably. It's one of those forces we know exists, but we are not 100% sure as to what's going on. And I love this. There was something that I came across a while back that was kind of funny. It was, if you really want to mess with someone who is dealing with astrophysics, or just, physics in general, that is on a large scale, just ask them, and how does magnetism play into this? Because, our understanding of magnetism is still fairly limited. Yes, learning stuff. Always fun. I think that's why I like trivia, is I enjoy learning new things. I know I learned something new today that I have completely forgotten. Let's see if I can remind myself. Nope. That was not the right rabbit hole to try to go down. Well, I'll remember it eventually, but, I have been watching the chase this past little bit. It's a very, very subdued thing to be watching in the background. And for those unfamiliar, the chase is basically you've got a quiz master, rather a trivia master, who is answering trivia questions, and they're pitted against 3 people, and each person of the 3 people gets a chance to try to answer questions. Each question is worth $1 value. They've got a minute to answer as many as they can, and after they finish that, they compete against the trivia master directly. And if they are able to out-trivia the master in what is known as the chase, then they get to go on to the final chase, which anybody that completed the first chase gets to go to the final chase. I saw one where nobody won, nobody made it, so they did a final chase for 15,000, and they were able to put up their best player, who they did pretty well. I mean, there's some teams that go up there that don't answer 10 questions, and this lady got 15 in a row. Not in a row, but she got 15 total, which is not too shabby. But I like the way that one is set up, and the questions really do feel like they are random, or trivial as it was originally meant. And very interesting, well, to me it's an interesting fact. Trivia comes from Latin. It doesn't mean what you think it means. In the ancient Rome times, and yes, Rome exists, ancient Rome was real, despite what some misguided TikTokers think. Had to spawn right as I tried to mount. Okay. So you break it the word in two. Trivia is tri and via. If you know what those words mean, tri is 3, and, or, yeah, tri is basically the equivalent of 3, and via means way. So 3-way. So trivia is where roads would meet, and they would put facts at these crossings. And that is where we get the word trivia from, is because it is random facts that aren't really going to be, well, I suppose, but hope you're getting what I'm trying to. We want to skip. We want to skip. Sorry, I got distracted for a moment. Alright. Sorry. New FC mates just requested so, yeah. I enjoy trivia, and I was watching that, and I'm looking into potentially applying to be on that show if they're still making it. I'd say I've got about an 80-90% correct response rate.
The deepest backwoods butt crack of Georgia.
Thank you for the follow, Ferret. Welcome in. But yeah, the chase looks really fun. Got a pretty good handle on trivia itself, so something I look into and see if it's going to be a viable thing. And of course, you know, you can be a great person at trivia, but if you don't get any questions that you know, you're going to look like you don't know anything. And that's why having a variety of what makes trivia trivia. So we're going to be trying to get to the next dungeon as possible. I think we've got to get out of Radzet Han. Got a few solo duties to first. In the meantime, we're gonna go get the map. Oh, Gemstone Trader. Writing map. As soon as you get the map, you gotta open your... Otherwise, it doesn't apply. But there is a noticeable difference in speed. That place, and forward. Guy's not really too happy right now. Fire Nation is attacked. Reference. Funny coming through and playing this on 2 characters, trying to get them up. I was like, I thought I got this node right here, Ethernet shard. Yeah, I did, just not on the character that I was playing at the time. So something that is going to unlock momentarily are the class quests. And the class quests are going to be separated across the 5 different types of class. Or, no, there are 5. You unlock level 85 stuff. One thing I will say about that is you do not need to complete them to complete the main storyline. It is a side quest, and it just fleshes out the story of the world a lot better. What you do need to do is complete the quest in order to get your goddess weapon and armor for hitting level 90. In order to have it dyeable, because you'll still get the gear regardless of status that you have on the quests, but if you want to dye it, you have to complete the quests. Which I think is not a bad trade. Some of the armor looks pretty good. I really like the dancer set. Now, something that I feel would be really cool, since a lot of classes will share gear, like Paladin shares the tanking gear with, Gunbreaker and Dark Knight and Warrior. It would be really cool if you could have a multi-glamour. So if you, based upon what weapon you're equipped with, it will display a different glamour. It would allow you to have like the dancers class gear enchanted on something, so that when you go to dancer, it switches to a different outfit as it sits. Just have the one outfit. You have to be in a city to change your glamour. Yep. So, you'll unlock the quests, but you don't have to complete them until after the story's finished. But if you want something fun, or if you need the experience for levels, you can run off and do it, because it should take you, I believe you get 1 per level up to 90. From 85 to 90. Talk to the Good Onion delegate. Now I'm set to start and finish that quest chain. So I just completed the level 85 dungeon. Leave. Yeah. I got a ways to go. Okay, so sidetracked. We're running when I can fly here. Yes, have a unskippable. So on Sab, I have, because I like to limit clutter in my bags. I like to level the. I do Bard first, and then after Bard comes Dancer and Machinist, because they share gear. So I've got Bard and Dancer at 90. Machinist gonna be getting they're at 85 right now. Ninja will be the next one because that is they share dexterity gear. I've already started collecting the 5, 6. Oh, I've got to put time aside for that. I've got a. My ping is good tonight. Going to. I'm going to take care of the dexterity-based classes first, and I'm going to decide what to do after that. We'll see what I want to play. unsure as to what would be good. Why did I forget? So we've got a full light party. Kinda need to get into the feel of tanking again. The fights are gonna be fun tanking. Five. Anaspati. I know I looked up what that meant. I think it's like vegetation. Alright, coming in and tanking again. I'm getting level synced, so popping build. And
My friends, heed me. These are children of Stavner. Forgive me. I could do them no harm.
not explaining in this fight because been through here. The fight is already on YouTube. Completely forgot the Sheltron's image changed because they added a new version of it.
If this is the only way, I shall silence the beasts of the air. Pray continue onward.
Right. Having fun. Playing stuff. Deadly tentacles. Wonder if they're a relation to Squidward. Going. Ah yes, Holy Circle has a heal attached to it as well, so... Now if Confidior gets a heal added to it, that's gonna make it the most broken skill in the game, I think. Alright, I think I've relearned what I need to do for tanking. Just takes a little bit to figure out the new skills as well. I don't have them all, I'm only 87. Dancer got a wonderful new attack skill as well. Fourfold fan dance, I think it was. Frontal cone attack. So, Holy Spirit. Mouth off. I'm gonna look for the ones that are not fucking. Guns which are silent. Comes a Tank Buster, pop a Sheltron. Off again. And what is left? Yeah. Yep. The right side cleave. Or left side cleave, and you gotta be on the proper side. Lost hope. Ah, yes. Fun. Filter around until you are not standing. One strategy for that is to just like, just tap the button. Hold it for like a second, and then make sure you're going in the proper direction you want to be going. Okay, gonna get hit by that. Not paying attention. What is left? Note of Despair again. Means we are going to get... Oh, I thought Note of Despair... No, Lost Hope is the thing that gives us the spinny. Health off. Go on. Doesn't matter what direction you press, you will move in the direction the finger is pointing. And which side are you going to do? What is left? I'm going to go over here. What is right immediately after? Bye, people. I like that a lot of the offensive skills heal Paladin now. Off. One more time. Are you going to be doing a left or right? This fight will go a lot faster if you've got everybody that's pretty much max level, like a very high gear level. Left with his left arm. Very simple fight. Very fun. I like the way that the boss is set up.
What is this vile presence I sense?
Up. Not show up.
The horde draweth near. Be on your guard.
Oh, this dungeon is so depressing. Oh. My mistake, we can't move beyond this. We gotta kill them. Now the log disappears, and now we come to depressing, just a very depressing scene. I want to say that the people at the writers did not pull punches. Oh look, we've got red mages. Great. That means if I'm the only one left standing, then there's not going to be a res, but as long as one of them is up, there can be a res. New Sheltron having a nice little heal on it is... Whoever thought of that, they should get a raise. It's something that should have been part of Sheltron from like the beginning. Waiting on now. Terminus Wrecker. Got 2 mouths. Tail is a nose. It's just a horrifying monstrosity. Water. Ah yes, we do not want to get knocked into those. Oh, and they're every 6. Okay. I thought that was my 4th use of that. My mistake. Holy water. Ether siphon. Hurry. I had already... that's why you want to be close to the middle. Let's get a Divine Veil up as well. Immediately followed that with a tank buster. One. 3. 4. Burst the sword out of the ground. Not be standing by the vortex that will suck you in right off the bat. Right, so very simple boss, as it was the first time we came through. I think the fights that are going to need the explanations are going to be the last two fights of the storyline, that is. They're not wholly intuitive. Nice to have a fight so it feels like you gotta earn it. You're out, and that downs the boss. Up on the final stretch, you can wait for everybody to zone in. Still a very gorgeous zone. Look, it's me, it's a Terminus Twitcher. Something that I find rather amusing is when I run these dungeons the first time, I was getting all of the bard drops on this character and all of the tank drops on my other character. Which is, you know, Murphy's Law. Well, part of Murphy's Law, I suppose. forgot that that happened at that point. I looked away for a moment. We're going with the four tanks holy. Final boss. Svarbhanu. I am going to look up what that means while we're waiting. That didn't work. Okay, it does not have any meaning in D. But it does have meaning. Svarbhanu, a Hindu asura, traditionally held responsible for solar eclipses in Vedic mythology. The name is also used as an attribute of the demon Rahu and Ketu, Puranic mythology. Gnashing teeth. Okay, pay attention to the fight. Stop looking at wiki. Got it off before he disappeared. Well, the nice thing about dying in fights is you lose all your stacks to the debuff. And the res sickness no longer affects your health. One of the big problems with the early game. Yeah, I'm gonna hallowed ground just to be safe. Early on, your health would also get the diminished ability. So you'd lose like 2k of your life at level 50, which at the time that was like a lot of hit points. And the problem with that was that you'd get rezzed, and they did not have, could not move while you were being rezzed. It's still the same, you can't move. But you also did not have the protection for a few seconds. So if you got rezzed into an AoE, you took the AoE's damage as soon as you had life. It was extremely frustrating for a lot of fights. Because you would immediately res and get killed, immediately res and get killed, and because the debuff stuck around, even if you got a level 3 healer limit break, you'd still have the debuff. No wipes took a little bit over 30 minutes. Alright. Let's go through the unskippable. It might be unskippable, it doesn't mean that we cannot, speed through it. I don't think anything that you say in these has any bearing on what's going on. So it makes me wonder why they're unskippable. I wanted to see this one because enjoy I enjoy the fairies in this game. All right. Now we can skip stuff. I remember what I learned earlier. So I did some searching on some of the pronunciations regarding some of the characters that come up in the game. And a lot of the naming conventions for where I'm at in the game are based on Greek. And one of the enemies that we come up against has the spelling has an OI name, and the OI translates to, originally it was an oi sound, then it was more of a u sound, like you'd hear in Muse, but the modern pronunciation is E. So, it just changed the letters and it still has the same pronunciation. I would say what? But not until we get there. Now, I'd think that they would go with, like, Latin instead of Greek. Just because of the way that some of these, enemies work. Okay. Oh. I'm IR Smart, SMRT, that's me. Not kill 2, it's weaken 2. Captured. There we go. So the 87 dungeon is going to be at the end of this area. We got a lot of story to go through to get there. Hoping to get there. Hythlodaeus. Remember coming through here on Sav, just... I think I went the entire night without doing a dungeon. Just doing the story. Yeah, I wasn't feeling well. That was a tiny Pegasus that just went by. If I just do quests, I'm gonna hit 90, so I don't need to do any side stuff. I'm still only on the 85 stuff. And I'm level 88. Figure there's about 75 quests until the end, and they give approximately 500,000. And enough to level me. Alright, I'm gonna do what I normally forget to do these days, and that is... Stomp, stomp. Yep. This might actually go a lot faster. Well, it is going to go a lot faster with this. Have to do. Okay, we cannot mount. But yeah. Get rid of me. Dias. Ladies, these are all Greek names. I... Manthe. Oh yes, I forgot. Etienne is still following us. I said you can't mount. Sure, the G is silent for that place. Nation. Okay. Random news. We're cut to first one. Try to keep it about this long. Because my terminal length is terminal length for most of my hair is not ideal. But with my back, it's getting in the way. Ah, yes. Go to the location. As far as I know. Not. Some aspects of this game remind me of the old um based adventure. That entire section was like an hour's worth of storyline. And again, it could have been shorter, it just was difficult taking everything. I was sick. You know, when you've got to reread something like 3 times in order to understand what was being said, that's kind of how it felt. So I guess you could say that storyline was kind of a fever dream for me. Pretty sure it was a variant, not the bug that's going. There was no congestion with it, it was just nauseated. My temperature, I mean, like 3 days in a row I had a temperature above 100. Not fun. Ignorant. Okay, I'm gonna hit 89 when I finish this. If I could go get my gear. Kinda curious what the tank gear looks like. So the level dungeons only drop accessories. I think the reason they did that is because the level that gear that you get for being your character, Gratis class gear that you get, is it wouldn't be a replacement for that, so they just kept it to accessories since you don't get any accessories for it. Speaking of, that doesn't look half bad. Forgot that you get an item when you finish a duty. That doesn't feel like a waste. Oh yeah. Need to look for a specific person. Something I can't get yet. I don't. Oh, I can. My mistake. Just a duty I haven't run much. For 89. I will say, if you continue watching these videos, there are going to be spoilers, because it's just unavoidable. Examine the flowers. I will do my best to minimize spoilers. I want you to play the game. Then again, right now is not necessarily the best time to play the login issue. Like, my stream would have started 2 hours earlier had I been able to log in. Takes 2 to 3 hours if you log in after about noon Pacific. And up to about 10 Pacific. They do not have the hardware set up at Square to handle the user load that came over to the game. And even with all the problems, it's still higher rated than most other games out there. Yes. No mounting. Remember, no mounting. Have to have the little bird girl chasing me. Something very much worth noting, a lot of the places that give out scores for games, this one is the highest rated expansion for Final Fantasy XIV. And it has been progressively getting better and better and better. Come on. While I like this better than the traditional escort quests, it still has something to be desired. It would be nice if they could mount up themselves and follow you. In some instances, it makes sense that they can mount up. With this character, I don't think it would make sense, but it should be situational. And she's no longer here, so I can't mount. I think we'll get to the next dungeon, which I actually ran earlier today. Last night? One of the two. Hi, Caramel. Well, if it's just gonna sit right there, I'm not gonna pass it. I'm just not gonna go out of my way to get the ether currents right now. 6 now. 87 is going to end with the last one in the 87 chain. Dungeon. Right. One more to kill. Or not. You really need to put a lock function on the chat box. So you don't accidentally grab it while around. Something that's been needed since launch. Before I leave, schedule for this week is going to kind of how it goes. Something that is lasting after this difficulty sleeping. I just don't have the energy half the time to stream if I don't sleep well. I mean, I can, it's just very more subdued than normal. A lot of second guessing things. Forgetting stuff. More so than normal. Nomadic Pancake. Like that name. Random. Monty Python. Monty Python is one of those programs, one of those, like, type of comedy that the more you know, the funnier their stuff is. Yeah, I just got it and I forgot about it. I need to go back and rewatch Monty Python and the Holy Grail to see if I actually find it funny. Because when I first watched it, it was like, this wasn't that funny. But I watched it when I was really young. And it was before I had a lot of... oh, dipped. asking questions, get why they don't want to. But yes, I need to go back and rewatch Monty Python and the Holy Grail because a lot of times when I was younger, people would talk stuff up, like this is really great. You gotta watch this. You gotta listen to this, and you know I'd watch it, listen to it. To give you an idea, in high school, somebody gave me let me borrow Dark Side of the Moon because they had been talking it up a few times. Offered to let me listen to it. So, when I sat down and actually listened to it, like, this, not great. But, I've grown and I've had more experience. That album is just amazing. I'm wondering if I'm going to have a similar response to watching Holy Grail again. Granted, I laughed at stuff like the Black Knight, but even back then, the Black Knight thing had been memed to death before we had termed it a flesh wound. So I think I will do that this next week. Like, actually watch it, not have it in the background. Meaning of Life was always my favorite. Watched Life of Brian as well because, again, I did not. I watched that. I watched Meaning of Life when I was later on. I think I was in my 20s. I'm still in my 20s. 25 last year, 25 this year, and next year I'll be 25. Year after that, better believe I'm gonna be 25 again. But, Meaning of Life was after I had had more life experience. The other two, Life of Brian and the Grail, I was still an idiot teenager. Thinking I knew everything. Conversation? Is not, we can skip it. Idea. In the pronunciation found in Cassiopeia. Okay. Still standing there. Nope, I'm not. That guy up there, their name was Helios Noct. Sun Knight. I want to comment on some things, but I'm not going to because it's kind of plot related stuff. I will say though that I do eventually pass on, die, stop living. Couple off the mortal coil, so give up my breathing permanently. I like somebody at least sing tune from Life of Brian. Always look on the bright side of life. One of those songs that, you know, the juxtaposition in the movie is what was supposed to be comical about it, but really this wonderful song in general. Alright, we gotta do this.
Let neither side hold back.
A second, if I run into this, am I gonna die?
My blade sings!
Yes, I'm going to die. Why did I do that? I want to go like that. It'll make the fight go faster.
Let neither side hold back.
Does less damage to me, I deal more to her.
My blade sings!
I'm glad that they at least cut down on these. I understand needing the personal combat type thing, but
My blade sings!
feels like they did it way too much in Shadowbringers.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
I will say,
No
pay attention to this
quarter.
fight.
Have a taste. I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I. Prepare yourself. Very well. Let us move to the final trial. Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will!
No. I'd really rather not. This is all doable on any class, of course.
You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
Very simple. Takes about 10 minutes if you don't take the easy way. At least it did with Bard. Melius Zephyros. Yes, I was going to do that. Extract materia. Extract a lot of materia. Are those an earring box? They're just basic. While we ride, I am. Coming in for a landing. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn the music off after this, because, off. It's not that I don't want to listen to the music, it's that there are remixes of certain songs that are going to be used a lot after this point game, and as much as I'd love to be able to have them included in the videos, they are the ones that will definitely get the thing dinged from Squaresoft. I don't want my videos removed, or I don't want negative things happening in my videos. I want people to be able to watch them and enjoy them. As far as I know, I don't have ads running on any of my videos. Unless YouTube just does that. Not quite sure how ads work on you. Well, one person that, one YouTuber that I follow was, looking at some stuff done by another YouTuber. Like, was saying, crap, is that how many, commercials he's got in how many ads he's got running during that video? And it's like a 9-minute video, and there's like one every 30 seconds. And saying, I feel guilty if I put, 2 in one that is like 15 minutes long. I think after you hit a certain subscriber point, you can get ads to play. Not there yet. I'm getting there. Wow. I'm, uh, I'm 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 happy with how things are going on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Watching this on Twitch, hi. I doubt you're watching it on video on demand. We'll be back. Stop these euros. Deus. And because I have been here before, the SERP. I'm going to ignore all of the fun unless I can't. Ignore them. Okay, I'm out of range. That. Yeah, I didn't know my first time coming through here that I could do this. Oh, I just skirted the issue. See, I am getting so close. Last level. Level 90. I gotta say, leveling in this expansion has been a lot easier than previous expansions. Because it felt like in previous expansions, even with the rested experience, it would take forever. But it could also be my alternating the first few days between this character and Sav. Meaning that the resting experience caught up more. I was getting more of it. It, there. Not one up. Ah. Alright. Found. I'm also looking into getting some streaming music. I want to have it on my hard drive instead of... Better to have it streamed from the hard drive than from a site they can go down, so that there is less traffic, less bandwidth going on. And it's specifically music that can be used for streaming because it is not it's created with the intent of being used for streaming. Just can't use it commercially. You can have it in your stream. Can't use it to make movies, TV shows. Don't worry, we're getting close to the dungeon. 3 hours is what I expected. Really curious what the noise is coming from. No, it could be ambient noise. Hmm. Hermes. Oh, Hermes. Yeah, if you had any doubt that they were using Greek, Hermes and Athena have both been. That's right. Another follow quest. Oh, son of a... Yeah, I did this the first time. Exact same mistake. And unlike other escorts, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. They're just finding him along the path. Not say I'm not a fan of these quests. I'm not a fan of these quests. I understand the use of them, though. Grab Emmett Silk again. See, this is one of those where, you know, he should be able to mount up and follow. Why? Because we've seen him mount up and follow. It's a mount. Can't mount yet. There it is. Sorry, I am checking on something else. Alright, dungeon time. Soon enough. Alright. Thesis Hyperborea. Alright, we will be entering that momentarily. I am going... Basically, I'm not a fan of RNG in some games. Last thing that I need to do before I can close out of this program. Sadly, part of it is RNG. How stupid the AI decides to be. That is that. We'll enter the dungeon. Okay, would actually accept the mouse clicks. Devote all our attention. Dungeon at hand. Thesis Hyperborea. If I can get back into teaching mode. Been out of practice for a while. Six, four, another one, no. Right, we're gonna open the 86 weapon coffer. Not bad. Shield. Like the shield. That will help with threat gen, etc. Let's get this done. Sorry. When they click. When they click. Catesis hyperborea. Alright, check and make sure that you don't have to apply Iron Will if you don't have to. Turn it on if it's off. Tanking.
Please, turn back, else I might be forced to.
Alright, so along here. Going to engage. Possibly Sheltron. And then pull to the next group. Yeah, I did this last night. Not this morning. Possibly Sheltron again. That, and get a Rampart up. Circle. Heals from the Holy Circle going out. I did not mean to get hit by those Mega Blasters. I just can't see because of all the Black Mage stuff going on. Holy crap. So, playing with a Black Mage is kind of a detriment. Precedes any of the ground things. Maybe it's the combination Summoner and Black Mage. Alright, so trash, you gotta dodge stuff as you do with most trash. I missed. I could not see what was going on underneath. Okay, good thing to do on pull is to activate the Sheltron, because it also has a small heal on it. The heal will be enough to keep any of them. Oh yes, we've got the Phobads coming out. Okay, pop cooldown, Sheltron up again. Make sure everything is on you. I'm gonna make sure everything is in front of you so that you can block and actually get the field power to activate your skills. Right, we come to the first boss. Lissa. Alright. First boss. Tank Buster. They're starting to mark the Tank Busters, which is a nice thing. But this is also a, if anybody's stacked with you, Tank Buster, you will get severely damaged. Frostbite and Seek. Alright, so to explain this mechanic, you'll see that there's a track. You want to go and stand on the opposite side of on the outer ring, because it's going to attack half the arena. Icicle. Rigid Stomp. The Icicle is going to summon 3 icicles, which are going to fall. And after it's Stomp, which is big white damage, I think, they will choose a direction and then they'll fly in that direction and deal damage. It's either going to be a cross or it's going to be a triangle. Here we go, we got the next Frostbite and Seek. Always go where the steps end. See that it's like wandering around and then it comes and stops here. So, that. Dodge out of it. Boss is pretty simple. Here comes Frigid Stomp. Grade wide damage. Icicle again. This one is probably going to be a triangle. Gonna stand in the middle. Nope, it's a cross again. Got a stack going on. Stack, Cosmic Divine Veil. And keep beating the crap out of the boss. After the Tank Buster, he's going to do the Ice and Seek again. Frostbite. It's going to be a more complex pattern each time. But you just look to the point where he is going to be stopping. Ground, he pops out. And boom. Pull it back to the center. Pop your cooldowns. And boss is what? No items I need. That's okay. Guaranteed one item I can use. As I said, I normally get the bard stuff on this character and the tank stuff on the other. Wait for everybody to get up here. I like being able to use the Sheltron on the pole.
I'm warning you. Stay away.
Because it ensures that a heal goes off. The reason that I like the heal going off is because it generates more threat. Right. We're back at max for the next pull. Grab the treasure coffer, of course. Yay, gloves. Beltron. And we will use Sentinel this time. Sentinel and Sheltron. And Reprisal is out. And Arm's Length is out. And there's Sheltron up. Probably one of the best groups to have with the AoE. Both Summoner and Black Mage are great heavy AoE damage dealers. I think there's a treasure chest right there. This guy dies. Up. New gloves. Okay, second boss, Laden Lord. Right off the bat, you got the Tank Buster. Inhale. Boss breathes in. Whichever head is glowing, going to be the direction you do not want to be standing in. It's separated into thirds. So pay attention. Whichever head is glowing, and then we get two heads that glow. It's going to be the two back heads. But for this one, you want to be standing in front of him. Jump. Face this way, so we get in front of him. Empiric Breath comes out. Wait for them both to go off. We're moving. Okay, we've got the next thing, which is going to be the fireballs, which you don't want to be standing in the cross. Fireballs. Empiric Breath, it's going to be those two, so you want to be over here. Don't want to be standing in front or to the left. Intimidation. Grade-wide damage from Intimidation. We got the fireballs again. Boss does another inhale. Gonna be... can't tell. I could not tell what he was doing with... Was that the... Oh, that was... Okay. So the inhale can also be a stack. Or not. Okay, I just misread all of that, so that's on me. He held the inhale until after the stack mechanic. So that was totally me misreading the fight there. Okay, boss is breathing in. Being Empiric Breath, we want to be in front of him. Intimidation going out. Toss up a veil. Second boss down. Hurt offending. Joker offending. Well, I am not going to complain for that.
I cannot let you take Meteon. Not yet.
Oh, come on. Get your butt over here. Big enemies that are difficult to group together and hit with the AoE. So, focus on getting the enemies under your control. Recommend our gear, equip, update. Not much of a boost, but it's still something. I like that everything gives heals now. Okay, they're gonna go grab that bracelet offending and code of scouting. Able to execute the command while jumping. Right.
I must hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
We have another chest up here. Nope. Doesn't look like it, so we have the last boss after this pull. Oh, my mistake, there is another. And there are more enemies. Something to point out, you'll occasionally see AoEs on the ground, like that little green circle that was there, was put up by the summoner. You want to keep the enemies in there because it's a damage over time. Damage over time is beneficial. You want to keep the enemies in there. Ninja also has one, which is very apparent. I'm curious what the changes to Ninja are. Find out soon. Last boss. Not need the storyline.
I will have the time and tranquility I require.
Final boss, Hermes.
Gust and gale, gather
Chris
to me.
Megastos. Grade wide damage, and it creates a barrier at the edge. You do not want to get knocked into the barrier.
Ancient brand,
Hermetica.
unleash your power.
These are going to fire off beams in the directions that are there.
Dancing winds, pierce my foes.
Okay, we got the tank buster going out through tornado. Pop a minor cooldown for that.
Fall is rain.
Meteor. Standing center works for this. If you're ranged, you can be on the edge. look for the one that is solid. As soon as the first wave goes off, you want to stand with the AoE that's going to be coming out, with the rock between you and the AoE, and then after the first one goes out, you want to dodge. Okay, true arrow. Do not stack. Do not stack on anybody. You go out, then you move off of it. Because it's a delayed cast. Through bravery. Increases their damage temporarily. Does the raid-wide damage next. Alright.
Streams of ether.
Quadruple.
Surge is one.
The quadruple is going to bring up 4 of them, and they will go off in sequence. In order. So it's going to be that one, over, that one, over, and you should be good standing right here. So just pay attention to the pattern. Got True Arrow 2 coming out. Gonna target everybody with a ground targeted AoE. Then another 4 whirlwinds will come up immediately after.
Dancing winds.
Here comes the Tank Buster. Through bravery. There's Megistos again. And again, raid-wide damage. Gonna toss up Divine Veil.
Stars on high.
Meteor again. Alright. So, as I was trying to explain earlier, I will show you again. Meteor comes down, you can beat center. Alright, you've got one that comes up that is not cracked. And you want to stand with the rock between you and the one that's going to go off first. Once it goes off, you move and position yourself to where the second one will hit the rock and not you.
Even when transformed. And I am not finished yet.
Alright, we got True Arrow again. Immediately dodge after that goes out. We're good. Boss should be down. Somebody wants to limit break. Otherwise, boss is down. I have hit level 90.
No.
Alright. That was Catesis Hyperborea. Can't get the spear because I already got it. Looked like got the Ring of Ending. Right. Oh. Commendations. Alrighty. That's the 87 dungeon out of the way. Now, something fun about that dungeon, you can run through it using Vena, Emmet Selk, and, oh gosh, I can't remember. Anyways, you can run through it with a trust of those three the first time through. I don't know about the subsequent runs, but I wouldn't recommend it if you did a normal party because it'll take you like 35 minutes to get through, possibly 40 with the trust. It was, I ran through it with the trust just because it was relatively cool to me, because I wanted to see those characters in action, but they were not, they were not powerful. Remember, if you want to try to gear yourself up and you don't want people stealing the loot, run through on a trust. Pretty sure that I open up the trust. Yeah, I can use them. Hythlodaeus, that's the guy's name. Go for avatars. Get scenario and avatars. It's the avatars where you get the experience for it. And I have not done any of them. One of those long cutscene segments. Got like 4 or 5 in a row, I think. Or not. The Crystarium. Oh no, we have to go to the Baldisi now. Moist Moose. Got it. That... Oh, some people would have issues with that. Okay. That section is complete. Right. Got another one of these stupid things. At least it's not as bad as the last one. Or the one that, not gonna go into it because it's, plotline stuff, and...
I'll command the beast's attention. See to the wounded.
Help is at hand.
Ah, yes. This is one of the ones that I hate because I do not like playing as the other characters.
Leave it to me. Those who can stand, come with me.
This one is easy if just a bit time consuming.
Easy now. Deep breaths. You're safe now.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself, boy.
I should point out that one of the reasons that I hate these is because a lot of them are they're their own special. You have to do everything right the first time. So with this expansion, they did not make it as bad as previous expansions.
Hard, but not hard enough!
Okay. Oh yeah, this is the one where you just basically spam the AoE attack. Yeah, these fights are just... It's one of those things where I understand it, but at the same time I don't agree with keep having them in there. Because they are just boring.
I'm fine.
To me, they're boring. Other people might enjoy them.
Not today.
I'm not done yet.
None to worry about. The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
This is the one where you can just stand in the middle.
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
On guard.
Oh, a trio for the ages.
Okay, now we're back to ourselves. So thankfully you don't have to put up with that bullcrap for a while. But what I find funny is play as the other characters and it takes forever to get this thing down. You come in as yourself and you just destroy.
Just the beginning.
So, in this case, it does nice to illustrate the power difference between the characters. Oh,
I had a feeling I'd find you here. This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. With me!
shrink. Stand in the center.
On your feet.
And so long as you don't actively, try to kill your friends, should be able to function well enough. You know what? It stripped me of my tanking skills, so that's why people were drawing aggro.
Leave the healing to me. I'm in your debt.
Now, where were we?
Fluids to gone. Okay, so Babette Ironheart. Want to find this lady and talk to her. Why? Because she unlocks Sightseeing Log. Sightseeing Log is another source for a minimal amount of experience, but it can be useful. is actually not that. Without the music, it's kind of off to me. But where I'm going next, I need to have it off because the music is lyric music. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. If you get a chance, listen to it. Wow, we're coming up on 4 hours. Labyrinthos. Still can't look at the achievements. Right, Halfino, where are we going? Down. Okay, so you're going to be exploring this entire ring before we get to the next duty. Judging by the amount of time it took me to do all the other stuff, we are... Oh, we are on 88. Okay. Well, we are going to do that at another time. It's been almost 4 hours. Got an early day tomorrow, so I am going to cut out. I'm not going to raid anybody tonight. Thank you anybody that stopped in to watch. I do appreciate it.
Could swap 'em out. No, been there, done.
Not a voice you'd expect from a Lalafell. So, I will probably progress this a little bit more, but, yeah. I hope that you enjoyed. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. But I also have to get this video edited and uploaded tonight, so have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful holiday. If I don't see you before Christmas. Hopefully we'll have another stream before Christmas, but we'll find out. We'll see. Plans haven't been working out the way that I've wanted them to this past. So, take care. Love you guys. Be safe. Catch you later.